Yamaha globally have a program called Step Up. Step Up is part of a program here in Australia which really we did start, and globally they've picked it up and run with it. So we like to start them young, get them on YZ85, move them through the 125 into 250s up to the 450 class. So we have a really comprehensive state-by-state junior program.
It's a whole package. It's not all about results. Of course, we like riders that are competitive, but riders that carry themselves well, present themselves well, not just themselves, their bike, all of their equipment. That sort of stuff is a major part of it.
So get bikes and parts, and another big thing is the mentoring. You know, obviously I've been around a while and I know how it all works, and you know, I like to put my knowledge onto these kids about not just how to ride a bike, you know, it's the whole thing. It's your goggle prep, it's your line selection, it's where to start from, all these things that you take for granted because you've been around so long, but these kids just don't know sometimes. So obviously I keep trying to coach them, but mentoring, you know, is a big part of it as well.
It's a big thing to pick the right kids and the right families, try and give them that, I guess, a bit of a jump start in their career with the knowledge that, you know, normally takes 10, 15 years to acquire. Try and teach them at, you know, before they turn 16, and sky's the limit then.
It's pretty good to get some good stuff, clothing and all that, and Shane really helps me out. He talks to us before race, like what lines the gate pick, he walks the track with us and gives us the lines to go.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, obviously we give an opportunity for those riders that we see something a bit special in, we give them an opportunity to get Yamaha support. For a lot of families, you know, these days are struggling to make ends meet, so to race dirt bikes is expensive, as we know, so it's huge financial relief on some of those families. But, you know, if they're good enough, it's a feeder program to, you know, Yamaha's under-19, Serco, you know, the 250 and then the 450 CDR, if you are good enough. And there's probably a couple of riders along the way that might be good enough.
Hopefully our next step, 19's next year, so hopefully Scott Bishop can take me under his wing again into the GYTR Yamaha team. Awesome to have that opportunity lined up, so hopefully I'll just keep the results coming and should have that ride, so it should be awesome.
We try and create a good atmosphere with our team between, you know, with juniors and under-19s. There's the same sort of 3 or 4 guys working on it, so we all work really hard to make a good, fun, positive environment for the kids to ride in, and understand that they have a big responsibility, but at the same point that riding motorcycles is a great way to make a living, and they should embrace it and enjoy it and do the best they can with what they have. Usually the best kids up to the age of 12 have got access to ride somewhere. You know, they can get somewhere to their house, they've got property, they can ride. Between 12 and 16, you can see some talent. Between 16 on, it's hard work. In a 30-minute moto, you can't hand pass the ball, there's nowhere to hide. So after 16, you've got to see hard work. But I think the biggest thing you look for in an athlete is determination. You know, they've got to want to do it. If they want to do it, they'll find a way to do it.
Basically, I've been with Yamaha for 8 years. They've had me since I was on a 65 and all the way through to now. They've helped me out with pretty much everything. I've got an MX2 ride for next year, and Serco's the place you want to be at the moment, and hopefully I can get there.
I think everyone's got different personalities. You know, everyone's a different person. You've just got to learn how to, you know, get the best out of each rider over time. You know, it's something you don't learn the first time you meet them. It's just, you work together as a team, you know, you get the best out of them working together. We've created some very good riders, won some championships, and there's a lot of talent within the Yamaha field.
I guess the easiest way to explain it is trying to get the best for our riders, help them progress the best way they can, and winning the most championships we can on the way.
To get to, you know, CDR Yamaha is obviously it's one of the most, you know, prestigious teams in Australia, and Craig Jack's very professional. I think it's just, you've got to show a bit of maturity and consistency. I think you just got to show, you know, you're pretty much ready for the big boys and just do everything right. I think Craig likes to, you know, hire the good guys in the sport and the ones he sees potential in, so hopefully I can be one of them in a few years.
A team is a lot more than just about the rider. It's a huge family and everyone needs to get along, and everyone is a single piece of that puzzle. It's hard to understand when you're in it, but if you were that 16, that 17-year-old, and you have that opportunity to be part of that team, put yourself in a very, very good and a very strong environment to pretty much make your dreams come true.
I try and work out the character of each rider and try and work with those characters and get the best out of the person, trying to change someone to the way you think is the go. Can work, but you're fought with danger with that because it's only your opinion. But sometimes you just see something in that rider, whether it's talent, whether it's tenacity, whether it's their fitness, whether there's an array of things that makes up a good rider. You might see something that no one else does and, you know, give that rider a go because of that reason. I'm looking forward to the day that the junior program bears the fruit of a rider that goes up to the Bishop team, then up to the Gavin Eales Serco team, to a CDR, and then we maybe help them out or do something with them for a couple of years, then move them on to an international team. That would be something I'd really look forward to seeing, and I know Yamaha would as well.